All right, everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the federal budget review of 2022 and how that is going to affect the Toronto real estate market. All right, so there is no doubt that things are going to change in the immediate future here. There's been a lot of talk about what's going on in the Toronto real estate market. So today I'm going to break down some of those key points for you and go over step by step how that's going to affect you and how that's going to affect the Toronto real estate market in general and some of my opinions and predictions on what's going to happen. All right, so first and foremost, what everyone's been talking about is the whole ban on foreign buyers. So what the government has introduced is a 2-year ban on foreign buyers. I've talked to a few people about this and gotten some statistics on how this is really going to affect our market. And from what I've heard, foreign buyers really only make up between 2 to 5.5% of our market. So this ban on foreign buyers thing, the exemption list is about this long. If you have a child going to school here, you're able to buy here through that exemption. If you have refugee status, or if it's your primary residence, there's a few other things here and there. And at the end of the day, most foreign buyers know somebody here, so they're just gonna go and find different channels to buy here in Canada. So to wrap that up, I think banning foreign buyers is not going to change the market at all. It's just more of a political thing to get some votes. As again, I said, they're just easy targets. So that brings me to the next part, is the Home Buyer Bill of Rights. This Home Buyer Bill of Rights is essentially trying to get as much transparency in the buying process as possible. The Home Buyer Bill of Rights is trying to ban blind bidding and to get transparency on sold prices and title searches. Most people nowadays do have access to these sold prices and all this public information with websites like House Sigma and condos.ca. However, I've said this since the beginning of my real estate career that I think here in Toronto in real estate, we are so far behind technology-wise. There's just not enough public information out there. The websites are so dated. I think we're really due, and I think we're gonna see a lot of exciting changes this year in terms of technology and websites being created that actually help the consumer make an educated decision when it comes to buying. However, the whole blind bidding thing, I know everyone's super excited about that, but I think people are excited about this for the wrong reasons. I agree 100% that transparency in the buying process is absolutely needed, and I think it's great as a real estate professional because it'll give people a chance to trust real estate agents again, where there's nothing that we're gatekeeping, there's no information that we're hiding. It's out there for everybody to see, and they can actually trust us again. As I said, I think people are excited about this for the wrong reason, in the sense that I think people have the understanding that banning blind bidding is going to lower house prices, where there's actually been studies that have been done, and in my personal opinion, I think that banning blind bidding and having an open bid system will actually most likely raise prices in the GTA. So if we go to an open bid system where you're able to see everyone else's price, as of right now, the way it works, when you put an offer in on the buying side, you only know how many offers are actually registered. You don't know what the prices and the details of those other offers are. And with that being said, the amount of times I've had clients walk away when they have actually another $10,000, $20,000 to spend, and then when they see that final sale price, say, I would have paid that. It's unbelievable how many times that happens. So I think with the open bidding process, it's actually gonna slowly start to drive prices up. For example, let's say you're in a bidding war for a condo that's at $900,000, it gets up to $980,000. You're telling me that if you're at $980,000, which is your max, it's very likely you're gonna make a call to mom and dad and borrow another $5,000, $10,000 and just continually up that price by $1,000, $2,000, and I don't know when it's gonna stop. I also think that this banning blind bidding and having an open bid system would actually weed out some of the less producing realtors, the ones that do this part-time. At the end of the day, a top producing realtor or a producing realtor, our job isn't just sending comparables to say that's it. We actually have to be in our market, working our market, and spend hours daily researching and knowing our market intelligence and really showing that we have so much more to offer than just, hey, this is what's sold down the street. This is what I think you should do. You know, we're in the business every single day. We know what's going on in the area. And again, there's just a lot more that goes into it than just sending comps. So I think this is really gonna wean out a lot of realtors this year. There was a really great article in stories.com, and I'll actually put the article link below in the video for you to read itself. It was a study done by the University of Ottawa where it actually shows two different places, New Zealand and Sweden. In New Zealand alone, their house prices have risen more than anywhere in the world, and they have an open bid system. To wrap up the whole Home Buyer Bill of Rights and banning blind bidding system, I don't think that's the issue, and that's not going to solve any pricing issues here in the GTA. I think it comes down to a supply and demand issue that has been since day one. It costs a lot to build, it's taking a lot to get the permits, and at the end of the day, that's our main issue, is supply and demand. In Ontario alone, we are short 660,000 homes. And this year we have a whole bunch of new immigrants coming to Canada. Where are they gonna go? That wraps up the Home Buyer Bill of Rights. Next, I wanna talk to you guys about the speculation tax, or AKA the house flipping tax. So this house flipping tax or speculation tax would actually go after people that have bought a house and sell within 1 year. They would actually be taxed as a business income instead of having that property as their primary residence. I've had a lot of people message me on Instagram and message me on my social media and ask, what are the actual implications of this house flipping tax in terms of what makes it a flip and what makes the timeline work? Same with banning foreign buyers. The list of exemptions for this is crazy. Divorce, sickness, kids changing school, birth. The list goes on and on. So I don't know if this is going to really change anything that's already been going on. I think it's going to bother a few people here and there and make it a little tighter. I know the CRA is going to be looking at this a lot closer. However, I don't think this is going to solve the housing crisis or the prices here in the GTA. All right, and lastly, there's a tax-free savings account for first-time homebuyers, up to $40,000. They did originally have a limit of this at 40 years old, but I know that they removed that condition. This account will act like an RRSP, which means contributions are tax deductible, and withdrawals towards the purchase of a first home will not be taxed, similar to a TFSA. Again, this isn't going to change anything in the market. I think it's more of a good conversation to have with your buyer clients, to just let them know they have this tool. It's great to have. It's not going to change anything, but it's something that we should be letting our clients know. But as we know here in the GTA, $40,000 is getting there towards a down payment. But because our prices are fairly high, it's not game changing. Again, it's another tool in the toolbox. And I think it's great that we have this conversation and that we have this in place. So that really wraps up the main points of the federal budget review of 2022 in Ontario. We have the banning of foreign buyers, the speculation tax or the house flipping tax, the Home Buyer Bill of Rights, and the new tax-free savings account for first-time homebuyers. All in all, I'm not a big politics person by any means, so don't kill me here, but I really feel that this is more so a government way to gain votes, going after the foreign buyers. It's pretty easy. They can't vote here. They're easy targets. I don't think any of this is actually going to change much in the market. At the end of the day, I think this just has more of a psychological toll on people that are watching this, and it's going to cause confusion in our buyers, which may actually cause the market to drop a little bit, as first-time home buyers just aren't comfortable with what's going on or unsure of what's going on. And that's why I think having these conversations are so crucial with your clients. The real issue here in Toronto and the GTA is literally a supply and demand issue. Again, we're 660,000 homes short here in Toronto, and we have to fix that before we see any change. It's more of a psychological mind and where it's going to cause first-time home buyers to be a little nervous. It kind of reminds me of what was happening during the pandemic, where prices were dropping. First-time home buyers were unsure of what to do. They were unsure of the future, and it really left room for a lot of the sharks to come in here and investors to really scoop up some good deals. I don't think there's any cause for issue, but again, do your research, talk to your local realtor, get all the information you can. If I miss anything and you guys want to add something, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a conversation about this. Again, I think this stuff is all great to talk about. There's always different inputs and different views on all these things, so I appreciate you watching my video. If you're liking what you're seeing on my channel, please hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification button to get any notifications when I release a new video.